What's going on, Team PokeColors family? Welcome back to the channel. Press a like on this video. We have some juicy things to get into for today's Pokemon card deals of the week. Also, be sure to check out the links in the description. Use some of the discount codes provided down there should you ever decide to want to support the channel. And let's get right into today's video. All right. I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. That's going to be the theme for today's video. Pokemon Modern is going wild. Obviously, we know that. We've seen buyout after buyout, and it's not stopping. It's not stopping. So what do you do? What do you do when this happens? What can you do? How can you try to get these cards that you've been putting off for so long because they've only been 15 bucks that are now going for $80? How do you get the cards that you want without having to fork up an arm and a leg, or even a booster box price? You know, we could see Moonbreon VMAX Trainer Gallery hit a price of a booster box in a few weeks. We don't know yet, but the incredible surge of these cards is very similar to what happened with Vintage in the 2021-22 boom. You know, people that had just come into the hobby wanted to get into, you know, obviously the Modern as well, but mostly the Vintage too, because you know, a lot of the Vintage cards were what people wanted at the time. And now it's kind of doing a little flip-flop where a lot of people want the Modern cards. And I will say this, at regionals this past weekend, I did overhear a vendor talking to somebody. Somebody just, you know, went up to a vendor, was like, hey, how the sales been? You know, what have you been going through? You guys got a lot of selection here. And he was like, yeah, we've actually been selling a lot more of the Modern higher end cards than we have any of the Vintage. So in my mind that stuck out to me, because I'm like, I don't personally consider myself to be strictly Modern. I like to do at least a little bit of 50-50, or you know, get some Modern stuff that I could trade in the future or in a few months for some Vintage cards that I've always wanted, because I have that, you know, I have that tie to the Vintage cards, because I remember growing up I had Pokemon packs, I had Pokemon cards, old school EX from 2005-06 era. Those cards I have in my memory. I remember those artworks from the, you know, Delta Species days. But after being out of the game for majority of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Diamond, Pearl, even up until really XY mid-tier, like mid XY, beginning XY, all those black and white and earlier sets that I didn't really participate in, like I have that need to want to go back and get those cards. Specifically, Silver Dialga from Phantom Forces. So if anybody has one and wants to trade, that'd be fantastic. I'd love to get one. Anywho, I feel like that's what's happening right now with a lot of these Modern Sword and Shield cards, because you know, everybody at the time, everybody was focused on Vintage mostly, and you know, only a select few people were going after these alternate arts, which kind of explains why some of these cards have been so cheap for so long, because there's been no demand. And now that there's demand, also a lot of buyouts happening. Now people are realizing, hey, this card can have a buyout. This card is having a buyout. How do I need to get this card before it gets bought out, because I don't want to pay triple or double or even any extra than I have to for a card that, you know, I've always wanted to get, but I've just put off because it's like, it's only 15 bucks. And so yeah, today's focus is going to be, how can you guys get some of these crazy price cards below, if not somewhat cheaper than market price, and in some cases significantly cheaper. So I went to Pokemon regionals this past weekend, and I got some crazy pickups, which I had shown in the last video, but I didn't tell you what I got them for price wise, because I wanted to save that for this video. So let me just go ahead and show you a few of the cards that I picked up. 2 Rayquaza VMAXs, an Unknown V, and Pikachu VMAX. Pikachu VMAX is my second Pikachu VMAX. I traded for one, and I bought one. Or maybe this is the one I traded for, actually. Either way, when I traded for this, Pikachu was going for roughly $30 market price value. That was about like a couple weeks ago. Now, let's see. Let's just go take a look, shall we? Taking a look at TCG Player, we got Pikachu VMAX Trainer Gallery. Market price is $48.92. If we click into this, he's not necessarily been bought out from what I can see. usually, well, I don't know, it's hard to tell, but there has been a significant price increase. I mean, I traded for him when it was 30 bucks, pretty much like early March, and now he's gone up 40% in the last 3 months, which is a pretty huge gain. 20 bucks at the end of the day. And we have people selling them for $40. So Pikachu is one of those things where it's like, it's a trainer gallery, it's not an official alternate art, but if you look at, you know, Umbreon VMAX alternate art or trainer gallery, hello. Umbreon VMAX trainer gallery is kind of what people are going for because they can't really afford $1,000 Moonbreon alternate art that's an official alt art, so they go for the next best thing, which is an Umbreon VMAX trainer gallery from Brilliant Stars. So this guy, which is now being listed at $75, has a sold listing at $73 recently. Somehow somebody sold one for $48 yesterday, but hey, listen. What is that? So like this card, for example, has the high tier of the Moonbreon VMAX, okay? But what card has a high tier Pikachu VMAX that's an alternate art? Oh wait, there is none. So my speculation is that this Pikachu card could easily flip-flop in terms of price with this Umbreon VMAX. It just takes one person to realize, and multiple people to realize, hey, Pikachu VMAX only has a rainbow, no alternate art. This is the official quote-unquote alternate art of the Pikachu VMAX. So, you know, what's stopping a buyout from that on that one happening? And it looks like it's already trending up, given the little bit of a price increase action here going on. You know, in the last month, it's up what, 46%. So people might have already realized that. As we can see, people have been buying them for $70, which I believe to be our lovely friend over Solo YGO or whoever it is. Either way, somebody's paying that much for a Pikachu VMAX when, you know, eBay is probably going to be your best option. And eBay is usually a day or two behind TCG Player market prices just because the prices change so quickly now with the buyouts. So go to eBay. If you find it for cheaper than $70, you're getting a deal on quote unquote market, even though it says market's 48, but there's 40 and then 270 sold listings. So this is literally probably getting bought out as I speak on this video. So Pikachu VMAX being the only sold Pikachu alt art, plus you have a red cameo, like, you know, this card is just awesome. And once more people realize that and more buyouts happen, like, it's gonna be too late for some of us, because I don't know that I want to pay $60 for this card. I was skeptical to even pay $30, but I got this, or I saw them going for about $40 to $45 at regionals, so I thought, I already have two. I'm okay with two. I would like to get more eventually, but we'll see. Next one I want to talk about, which is a bigger one that is kind of my main focus for the video here, is our lovely Beedrill V alternate art card. Okay, this one's really crazy because it was, you know, go back 6 months, pretty much a $15 card 6 months ago, right? Then, bam, all of a sudden, people are buying it for $70, $85. This is today, $70 and $85 today. So the only listings available on TCG Player right now that are English Beedrill cards, like, because these two are Japanese. Even the Japanese yesterday, these were priced at $15. Now they're priced at $26 and $30. So just in, you know, because I looked at this last night, so just in the matter of last night to today, they've already gone up. But $100 somebody wants for this card, $85, $64, and you can go to eBay and get them, buy it now for $32. So always check eBay. And then if you have a local card shop and they have like individually marked cards where they'll kind of like, you know, write the price on there and they'll put them in a display case, let them sit for a few days. Chances are they're not going to check those every day because that's a lot of work. And that's kind of what I ran into this weekend at regionals. So going back to, you know, some of the cards that I picked up and what I paid for them, like this card here, Unknown V, which is actually another one that I think is going to be getting bought out here soon if it hasn't already. I picked this up for $15. This was a $15 alt art. I'll put the market price on the screen. I'll save the time from having to flip back and forth between what it is and what it goes for. But 15 bucks I got for this, and it was, I mean, this card's mint, like near mint, if not mint, gradable if the centering is perfect, which it could probably pass as a 10, honestly. And then with the 2 Rayquazas here, I found one of these for like 26 bucks, and then the other one was like 32, and this is like a $50 card. So, you know, if you know where to look, chances are you can get these at a good price. But, you know, this is another case where it's like, okay, I can't afford a Rayquaza VMAX Alt Art. What's the next cheapest best thing that's Alt Art quality? The trainer galleries. So keep an eye on trainer galleries. I know I've made a video about it in the past, and they've gone up significantly, but just to kind of showcase, like, all these alts right here are still available for pretty cheap. I mean, especially this one, which is surprising because it's got a Lugia cameo there, but I got Origin Form Dialga V for like 30 bucks, Genesect I pulled, which is worth 40, Anaconda I pulled, which is worth like 4 bucks. Origin Form Palkia V, got that for like 30 bucks. This one was like 15 or 12. Skunk Tank was like 7, and then, you know, Palkia again. So there's still cheap alts out there that haven't been bought out. So if you're interested in literally any of these, now's your chance. Because a year ago I said buy these cards now before it's too late. Well, too late is here, and it's happening quick. We have seen just in the past 24 hours Beedrill V getting bought out, Slow King from Chilling Rain, and then you know, this Unknown V also getting some higher sales as well, driving the price up on the marketplace of TCG Player. But, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, what do you do? Well, try to go to your local card shop, see if you have any extra duplicates of like cards you don't want. Maybe do a trade-in for trade-in credit or something. I'm trying to get a Beedrill before it hits 80 bucks because I don't have one. I used to have one and I sold it. So if you have a Beedrill and want to trade, let me know. Otherwise, I might just have to run to my local card shop and see if they have one individually marked and priced as is, because otherwise I don't think I'm going to get one, unfortunately. And, you know, I'm playing into that FOMO too, like myself. Like, I had one, I sold it because it was only 15 bucks, and now that it's going up, it's like, well, I want it back because I don't want to have to pay more for it later. And that's the whole point of these videos I make, guys. At the end of the day, collect what you like, but also be aware of what you like and be aware of what other people like, so you know when to buy at certain points to save more money later. Let me know in the comments what you think about all these buyouts. I know they're crazy, but what can we do? We got to just sit and react accordingly. I mean, I've been able to fortunately stock up on some of these cards that I ultimately suspect are going to go up in price in the near future, as well as ones that I think will be very, very good plays long term, especially considering the hype for these Sword and Shield sets and these alt arts.